Hi girls and boys, it's my turn to read a story with you today, but I'm only going to read half of the story, so you're going to need to listen again tomorrow to get the rest of the story. This book is one of my favourites. It's called Grandad's Teeth. Have a look at this. There's a whole lot of teeth in a glass. Let's read the story. Get ready. Grandad's Teeth. It's written by Rod Clement. Help! I've been robbed, we heard Grandad shouting. It's a disaster! Come quickly! He was still shouting as Mum, Agatha and I ran up the stairs. Grandad's room was a mess, but to be honest, it was always a mess. He blamed Gump, his old dog, but Gump looked too old to make much of a mess to me. What was taken? Gasped Mum. Your video? Your television? Not your gold-plated golfing trophy. No, said Grandad. It's much more serious. It's my teeth. They've been stolen. Grandad normally kept his teeth in a glass of water by the bed. The glass was still there, but the teeth were missing. You haven't swallowed them by mistake, have you? Asked Mum. Of course not, replied Grandad. Those teeth were special, handmade by the finest Swiss craftsman. Agatha looked at Mum and whispered, Why is Grandad talking funny? You see how serious this is, moaned Grandad. I may never think the same again. Are you sure you've looked everywhere? Asked Mum. Under the bed? Behind the cupboard? In all the drawers? Yes, replied Grandad with tears in his eyes. I've looked everywhere. Mum called the police. Inspector Rate looked grave. We've made a thorough search of the room and house, but we've found nothing at all. No teeth, no clues. Everyone was at home at the time of the theft, so how the thief got in and out without being seen is a mystery. Can you give us a description of the stolen articles, Mr. Pertwhistle? Grandad frowned, rubbed his chin, and then looked closely at the inspector. Could you smile, please? He asked. Smile? Yes, a nice, big smile. Inspector Rate grinned sheepishly. No, shouted Grandad angrily. I mean really smile. Inspector Rate smiled broadly. Grandad leant forward, tapped the inspector's teeth with his finger, and growled suspiciously. They look just like those. The inspector looked shocked. I've had these for years. The inspector took us all down to the station for further investigation. Using Grandad's description, the police artist drew a picture of the missing teeth. They put up our wanted poster with the others. We made copies and put them up all over town. Inspector Rate rounded up the usual suspects and took them in for questioning. All of them were asked to smile. Most of them had missing teeth as well, but just one or two, not the whole set. They even brought in Grandad's unfriendly neighbour, Mrs. Carbuncle, because her own teeth didn't fit. But Grandad didn't recognise her or the teeth in the police lineup. I've never seen her smile before, he explained to the inspector. After several days, the inspector had to admit that no teeth had been found, no thief had been caught, and no new clues uncovered. Grandad suspected everyone, especially anyone who didn't smile. Soon the whole town was smiling at him, although he never smiled back. He had nothing to smile with. Mum even got a call from one of those TV shows, Unsolved Crimes. They came to the house in a helicopter. We had to reenact the whole thing. When Grandad was interviewed, he asked the presenter, Pearl White, if he could borrow some of her teeth. After all, he mumbled, you have more than enough. Well, look at her. She's got a mouthful of teeth. Well, I'm going to leave the story there. You'll have to watch again tomorrow to find out what happens. Bye.